What's going on, guys? Just another video today. We're making it with my homie Adrian, and just get right into it, bro. Tell me, what's a verse that's impacted you in your life and, like helped you out?
Yes, yes. So the verse that I wrote, it's one of my favorite verses. It's from Mark 8:36, and it goes, "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world, yet lose his own soul?" So it's a pretty popular Bible verse. You hear it in Matthew as well, and essentially it's just Jesus talking to the disciples. So at first, I kind of just thought it was Mark talking, you know, in his own writings, in his own passages about how he feels about X, Y, and Z, but it's actually him quoting Jesus talking to the disciples. And essentially, obviously, there's an obvious answer to it, and it's just where your priorities are at. That's how I just love to think about it. We're called to be servants of the Lord. And every time I think about that quote, it's just where are my priorities? Am I thinking about the money too much? Am I thinking about chasing, the goals of the materialistic? And it really just helps ground me and take a second to understand like that's not the most important. What's important is, what's in here and my relationship with God.
I like that, bro. I find a lot
Yeah.
that a lot of people get stuck in like this grind because like we're all trying to make money, we're all trying to get to where we want to be, but sometimes you got to take a step back and just think about God created us for a reason and where we are in our lives to be on that
Yes, yes.
like your own path. That was what I did too. Like every time, because obviously trading and like everything that I do, even if
Mhm.
things are going well, I try to still like take a step back and like I try not to think about like all the materialistic stuff, but getting closer with
Yeah, like
God and like that kind of
we're
stuff.
still human at the end of the day. Like we're gonna have these goals, which is totally fine to have goals, but like you don't want it to consume you, you know? Like especially when I started running up the entrepreneur route, just just thinking about the money, like I need to make this amount this month and this amount this month, and it would like cloud my mind to the point where like I'm not as happy as I usually am, but like, my family's good, my friends are good, my relationship with my girlfriend is good, my relationship with God is good. And like, why am I feeling, obviously, you can feel the way you feel about your goals and not getting to your goals or struggling. But at the end of the day, you just need to take a step back and see, well, the most important, my priorities are right. So I should be a little bit more, grateful, being a little bit more grounded. Being grateful is a big one too, actually. We
Oh
should get
yeah.
into that.
No,
Like,
I was
just the
preaching that
whole,
yesterday. I
yeah, bro.
literally like that was the because how I got into God was just being grateful. Like everyone's always here praying to God, saying, I need help, I need help, I need help. But you don't see
Mhm.
too many people thanking God when their times are good. And
Yeah.
like even today, I took an L trade and it'll be on like on my YouTube and everything, but I took the trade and I lost. But I had everything right. The analysis was correct. It was just like I had a minor mistake with everything else. My life is good. I can run. I can work out. I went on a run
Yes.
after, and you have to like take a step back. I prayed, and I just realized to God, like, there's more to it than just one bad thing going on because my goals aren't direct.
That's very good, bro. I'm very happy for you because a lot of people live in like a bubble and, on the daily, sometimes we do as well, right? We're human, like I said, but our minds get, focused on the wrong things sometimes, like, just not prioritizing how grateful we should be. Like you think about even like people like to say, think about people in the third world, right? In like Africa that don't have water, XYZ, but like that's even a stretch in itself. Like think about people in Canada that aren't as well off as you. Like you should be grateful that you can even walk, like you said, that you can even run. But we think about the people that have it the hardest, and we kind of just look at that as like I don't really know how to describe it, but when have you heard of that saying? It's like when you hear about an accident, for example, and you hear about a death count, and for example, you hear 2 million people died, 2 million, like whatever, 10,000 people have died, and it's like, wow, it's such a tragedy, but your mind can't wrap it like itself around the 10,000, as opposed to like a car crash and a pregnant mother died, and then it's like, holy, like that hits you way more than the 10,000. So it's kind of in the same sense where it's like you think about all the people who are really, really in the world, for example, they're really not well off. They're really struggling, and you kind of have this disconnect. But people don't really think about the people in Canada, like a homeless person in Canada. Like sometimes that'll hit me more than thinking about the stuff that we hear every day on the news about the world, for example, because it's real and it's happening right in front of us, but people just don't want to acknowledge it.
I don't know
You know,
about you, but I can't even process 30 people in a room. Like, if you really think
that's
about
what
it,
I'm
like, that's a
saying, dude.
classroom. Like, that's the only way that
Yes,
I can actually think of 30 people. And,
right.
like, you're right with the whole, like, one to, like, five people, you know? That's when you take it, like, okay, my life is really, like, valuable in this sense. But 30,000 people, even 10,000 people, like you said, dead. And it's like, wow. Like,
Yeah, that's
this
like
many
it's like another,
people.
it's like a statistic. It just turns into a
That's
statistic.
all, and you it
Where
just
like,
crosses your mind, and you're just there. You're like, okay, yeah, just enough more people died, like it's usual, whatever, blah blah blah.
mhm,
But I feel like we also skip over, like, because what you were saying before, you kind of skip over when people like have tragedies, and you focus
mhm,
more on when people are doing good. Like, there's realistically not like there's obviously a lot more people suffering than people doing good, and I feel like we
mhm.
lock in more on the smaller group of people that are doing really good instead of like taking a step back and realizing there's a lot of people that aren't doing good and aren't as fortunate as us because we like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
focus on just moving forward. And I even seen videos about it of like especially through trading and just like entrepreneurship in general. It's like,
Mm,
oh, I hit my first 10K month, and then you hit another 10K month, and it feels like nothing because it's like I want to
yeah.
keep pushing for more and greed and greed and greed, and it's just
Mm,
like greed and pride are gonna kill you with that.
right, absolutely. Yeah, you'll see somebody make 10K and then they'll make like 15K, but then they're unfazed. And it's like you don't
The
even know what you
the
just did, bro.
biggest death perception with that is trading, like from what I've seen,
I believe
because
it.
numbers just go and like come so fast,
Yeah.
and like people see 500 to $1,000 like up and down in like within a minute or two, and that's just
Bro,
like
I
a
feel like
normal.
yeah, like traders could be the biggest victim to like this quote, if anything.
Oh yeah.
Like you get so just caught up in like the greens and the reds and the ups and the downs, you're just locked in and uh, like then days will go by, then weeks will go by, but then years will go by, and it's just like I'm trying to hit this goal, I'm trying to get 10K, trying to get 100K, and like you don't take a
Nope.
step back. So
It's really scary with trading because people will go on with their lives too and work a job for $20 an hour, but they won't take a trade where they made $500 in 2 minutes because they're chasing that extra, 50 bucks that they swear they need and they swear they want.
yeah.
And it's like you need to, like you said, take a step back, realize what am I doing right now, and
Mm.
just like go on with it. I like
Yeah,
your
that's like
quote.
the whole thing about the quote. Yeah, yeah.
Your whole quote is like, nah, I really like that. I've heard it before.
Yes,
I
yes.
do I
Jesus
do
spoke
really
with
like
that
it
quote.
though.
Because, bro, even like we'll see on TikTok like a bunch of edits and we'll see all these cool edits of like people running and people doing this and that. And it's just like making the money and the Lambos and all these different things. And it's like,
Now Jesus edits go
obviously,
hard though. Some of them Jesus edits on
of
Easter
course, of
too.
course. Yeah, yeah.
That I don't know about
100%
you.
they
I need to
do.
watch The Chosen. That's one that I need to watch.
Dude, I watched
Definitely.
like the first season with Natalie like maybe a year and a half ago, but we never got to finishing it. But it
There's
was so
there's a
fire.
new
I don't even know why
season
we
coming
stopped.
out in November that I want to watch. So I heard about that.
Are you caught up with it?
No, no, no. I haven't watched anything. Like I'm not a TV show watcher, so I want to watch The Chosen because
What
the
what
actors.
season is it?
Season 6, I think. But I know so the guy from The Chosen and Mark Wahlberg together are like really good in terms of like Christianity. Even Shia LaBeouf,
Yes.
I saw him. He was talking like so it was an interview I saw, and
Did you watch that recent one?
the Shia LaBeouf one.
Yeah, yeah, with that the Channel 5 guy.
I heard about it. I saw one clip. Was that the one where he was like, when you pray, you need to stay quiet for like a couple minutes and let the voice talk to you?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
that one.
I saw that and it's like I guess there is different ways to pray. Like he could be right about that. He could have cooked something up, but
Yeah, I mean he's like an extremist guy. Like
that's what
he'll
I've
tell
heard.
you,
I've heard a lot of, he's very extreme and very like straight to it.
yeah, I watched the entire podcast and it was like, sometimes you just need to hit your head on a wall hard enough for you to like come to realize it and then he just says these things, and it's like,
I
you
feel
know,
like
I
that's got
guess
to be a
everybody got different
metaphor. I feel
perspectives.
like that's got to be a metaphor in a way.
Well,
But
yeah,
like,
yeah,
who
probably.
knows? Who even knows?
It probably means like go through like the trenches of just like study and prayer and reflection and all these different things. But yeah, that's a quote that I always look back to, and I've been doing it for a while now. And I just want to make sure I continue to follow it as you know I continue as we continue on this journey.
A hundred
You know, it's
percent.
very important. What
We
about
got
you?
it,
What's your favorite quote?
bro. Romans 8:18.
Romans
The
8:18.
Look it up.
Let me see. Let me see. What is Romans 8:18?
Chapter 8
For I
verse.
reckon this one.
Say it.
For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared, with the glory which shall be revealed in
Yeah,
us. Yeah.
there's so many different ways to say it, but yeah, that's my number one. It's just it reminds you, like I feel like that's the most straightforward way to remind you that like there's always gonna be bad times, there's always gonna be good times, like no matter what, like don't just think that one point in your life is always gonna be like, you know, rock bottom and like terrible. Because
Yeah, yeah,
and you need to
100%.
make the most of it. It's a truth. Because some people hold themselves into rock bottom longer than they should be. They're the one holding on to like the rock and keeping themselves there because they're not motivating themselves, they're not pushing themselves, and they're staying in that comfort zone realistically. Like I'm gonna make an example
Yeah.
of today. I ran 13K today, just out
Oh,
of the
really?
blue. I've never ran more than
Okay.
10K, but
Hmm.
I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I want to just push myself a bit more, get a little bit out of my comfort zone. I couldn't feel my legs for the last kilometer. I literally, it was bad. I got humbled. I made a bet with this too, because that's why I got to run 42K by the end of August.
Oh,
And,
word, bro.
and just getting, like, trying to get out of my comfort zone for that, like the whole 13K, I was just like, oh, wow. Like, this
Good
is
for you, bro. That's
terrible.
crazy. How's today? You ran 13?
Yeah, I ran 13 today. So
Holy dude,
I need to,
I'm trying to get into it right now. It's so
bro.
tough. I'm at like 2, 3 kilometers right
So
now.
when I used to run, so I ran from my house all the way towards like David's house, all the way past Loyola, and then like back to yeah, yeah,
Holy,
yeah, yeah,
down to David's house?
yeah. I'll tell you
What?
I'll tell you the streets after, but
I
yeah,
mean, no, I can picture it, dude. That's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
crazy.
We don't gotta expose the location, but
Nah, that's
um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Running's a lot. I gotta run because I gotta run 26 miles for 2K26, like 2026. I promised myself 26
fine.
miles. I could do
Good for you.
26K, but I got bets with my homie Tyler for
Oh, nice.
for that. So running's great, but
Uh,
I just started running again, and last time I ran, I was like 30 pounds lighter. Like I didn't have as much mass in my upper body
right.
either, so I was cooked. I
I'm
cannot lie.
I'm trying to run, bro, but like it's tough. Like my cardio is so bad. Like I can run ball for a while, but when it comes to just straight running, that's like, bro, that's probably like one of the biggest mental things, just
Oh, that's
running, dude.
why. That's a
Especially,
thing. It's like it drags too. Like there is runner's
yes,
high, but that's just something you gotta like just get better at.
yeah, for sure. What is runner's high? Like,
Runner's high is like you run so much to a certain point, like in your run, that you just don't stop. Like you just like everything is just like whatever. Like you feel like you can run forever. And it's just like
interesting. Okay.
adrenaline going. The thing with me was my legs literally started to give out. So it was like, okay, like they felt like dead weight. It was bad.
Yeah,
So
that's okay. I mean, you're running it up, bro. Good for you. That's good. And like your respiratory is gonna adapt to
well,
that
my
really
my
quick.
respiratory wasn't even really the issue. Like that's the thing. Like I'm
I was like, your leg
well
muscles
with
for real?
jujitsu and everything, my stamina's gotten really good. Like I've got a pretty decent stamina. My leg muscles couldn't keep up because I don't really train legs that much. I'm gonna be
Yeah, I
honest.
feel you.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like box and run. But
yeah,
dude, like my shoulders are a little underdeveloped because I don't
mm,
really hit them because of my scapula. So when I box, it just gets so cooked. I get tired like that. But like obviously the consistency and like you were saying back to your quote, you can relate that to so many things and it's so important to just remember just when you're in the trenches, when you're suffering, like there's light at the end of the tunnel, bro. Like you are going to find a way out as long as you just stay uh as long as you keep just pushing through it, trying to
that's
make
the
it to the
thing.
end and
100%. And just don't keep yourself there because again, a lot of people do that. A lot of people don't want they want to stay in this bubble of comfortability and just like not pushing themselves. And it's like, bro,
yeah, yeah.
like I understand you want to be comfortable, but like don't. Like especially at our age, you've got to take these risks and you got to like I emphasize that so much. It's like it doesn't even have to be money. It doesn't even have to be goals. Like it could be even just like the
Yeah.
run. It's like, bro, run an extra 5 miles, run an extra
Yeah.
5K. Who cares?
Right.
Like get out of your comfort zone of the same routine and you'll see a lot more because God wants you to do that too. And I heard something on
Yeah.
Instagram today about it that sometimes God will put you to a test with that.
Mhm.
So if you're trying to overcome something, God will put you to the test of overcoming that and put you back in your old ways to see if you are really done with your old ways or if you stayed the same and not changed at all. And I was like, whoa, that kind of like hit. And that's like falling
That's
back into
true.
that same cycle and routine of like all this. So,
Yeah, that's interesting. I always like to tell God like I just want to be the best version of myself for you, for my family, for my girlfriend, for everybody around me. Just because we were given the gift of life, and we have it so fortunate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
why? Like we don't deserve to like slack off in a sense of like why should we be lazy when there are people that wish that they were in our position? I love when I talk like when I pray and when I reflect, I love to think about like there are millions of people that would rather be in my position, let alone just one or two. Even if one or two people would rather be in my position, I should be working trying my best and trying to be the best version of myself tenfold. But there's in reality, there's millions of people that want to be in my
Yeah.
position. So I should just be that more grateful because they had just as much of a chance as being alive and in being in their position as I did. I was dealt I'm very blessed for the position I'm in, and other people not so much. Other people are in less fortunate situations. So being just conscious of that, like seriously, just every time a situation comes up and just stopping for a second, understanding like, bro, dude, like the amount of people that would want to be in my position and like have a house and have a family and have a lovely girlfriend and be able to go to the gym and have two legs and two arms. People really are not conscious of that. And I hope that people can be more conscious of the fact and like how grateful they are because so many people would rather be in their position.
It's
You know
like
what I mean?
there's a cycle too that you see and it's like the person on the like the person on the regular plane sees the person on the private jet and they're like, "Dang, I wish I had that." But then the person who's at home watching the plane take off, that person was in, it's
Mm,
like, "Oh, I wish I was on vacation." But the person on that
yes.
car, there's somebody biking by that says, "Wow," like or on the bus, "Wow, I wish I had my own car to drive." And it just obviously keeps going bicycle to the person on the bus,
Yes.
person
It's
walking to the
like
person on the
cyclical.
bicycle, person who in a
Right.
wheelchair, all that. So like that's all it is. I feel people just always look at what they don't have and need to appreciate what they do
Yes.
have because
That's facts.
honestly, yeah. What I want to start doing with this podcast too, because it's more of a podcast more than like an interview, I'd say. I want to start like if
Yeah, yeah.
it would be really cool to get random people, like even like people just watch the videos, to just tell me their experiences with Christ and have like interaction videos with people who are like, you know what I mean? Kind of like how like
Mm,
there's these guys called the Crash Dummies podcast. They call people in
sure.
for like certain questions and ask them a question. So if I could do something like that, like related to God, it would be really cool and just
Have
have
you have you
people.
considered like going on Omegle or something, like talking to
I
random
could
people
do
online?
that. I could definitely. That'll definitely be a video one time.
Yeah, that's fair. That'd be cool.
That would be really cool. Um,
Yeah,
that
bro,
and
but
I wanna also record one time when we do the cookout and the Bible study. Just record it,
yeah, bro,
just
we can
plain
definitely do
footage.
this.
I'd love to record it, just hear the discussion and have everything.
Yeah, because we would debate on that junk. When you were talking about like how God puts you to tests and stuff and to see if
People
you're
won't
out of
agree
your
with
old
me. No, no,
ways.
no. People will not agree with me at all with that, and that it's stupid, and that it's like getting away from it because they don't understand it, and that's the truth. People don't understand being
Mhm.
tested. Why am I being tested? If and the thing is, like, that's a lot of atheists. I've had a lot of atheists on my comments talking about like that type of stuff and questioning, and they are the worst people to debate with because they don't listen to anything you say. And when I try to like touch up on one point, especially, like they spew so much things. It's like I can't respond to everything at once. Like we need to tune into
Yeah,
one
my only guess as to like why people would kind of clash against that is probably like a clash on like free will, for people that are like confused
yeah.
because this one day in my backyard, we had like a really big talk, a really big debate about like determinism versus free will.
Yep.
And we were talking about like, does, is your life already kind of predetermined? Do you have 100% free will? And, yeah, sometimes like it begs the question, do you have free will if God puts things in your lives to test you and if he gives you obstacles in X, Y, Z?
You
Like, is that still
do. I
considered
feel
free
like
will?
it's determinal, but God sees. It's like think of the Avengers. God sees every single universe in which you pick the choice. It's like the choices
Mm,
game. You have the free will to choose where your path will go. God
yes,
has the
yes.
pre like because everything's technically predeterminal, like technically,
Like,
but
like
free
in the
will,
sense that like,
yeah. But we like God knows just what we're gonna do, but he sees all the outcomes of what we could do as well. You know what I mean?
yes, 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 yes.
So
So I don't know. It's just free will is like a very big topic, like
it is, and
especially
that's where a lot of atheists don't agree with it, and they're like, "Oh, how is it free
right.
will? How is it omnipotent? All this stuff with God and the
Yes, yes,
devil
yes.
and people just don't understand that getting tested and don't understand that like the true love from God and like wanting you
Mm,
to love Him conditionally, not like unconditionally, but like you know what I mean? Not conditionally, but like unconditionally, but on your own sense. Because
yes, yes,
making us
yes.
perfect would just that's not true love. And there's a million different definitions to true love, but I think that love is like no matter what happens, you try your best to still care and take care of the person.
Right, right, right. Yeah, very important. I love just talking like I love debating on like free will and determinism and it's like because there's so many questions, right? Like well, obviously we're human at the end of the day. We don't know all of the answers. So just a mix of it. Is it a mix of it? Is it one? Is it the other? It's just I just love talking about the topic.
That's
It's
what, yeah.
so
And I 100%. I'd love
fire.
to have random people, like I said, just come on here. If I could get you and like eventually blow up, get random like
Oh my
callers pop up, be like, "What's your opinion on this?" So that's
that'd be
really
fire. I
cool.
mean, the next thing you should do is Omega. Like, if you actually want to try
Yeah,
that, just hop on.
I'm
Maybe
gonna,
like, hey, do you believe in Jesus? Or like,
I'm gonna definitely try something like that. This is like I said, it's like a mini podcast type of thing. That's what I'm kind of going for with these, just to make it
yeah,
cooler. So, hey, anyways, thank you, Adrian, for the talk. This is
bro. Thank you for
amazing,
having me.
bro.
God bless
You have a
you.
great night. God bless you, my boy, and I'll
Yes,
catch
sir.
you
I'll
next
see you
time.
soon.
Yes, sir.
Good.